Hi, welcome to Simply Living in a Small Town. I'm Kimberly. I hope everybody's had a great week so far. I have been busy as usual. So, I have several things to show you. I am sorry that the week has gotten away from me once again as not intended, but I have not been feeling well at all. And my daughter is not feeling the best either. So if you hear some coughing, that's her. So it's been one of those weeks, and I have other things going on that's caused my body to flare up, and the pain is just so bad, worse than usual. I mean, consistently bad, where even my pain pills aren't helping. So anyway, I'm here now. And I intend to, we'll try to get back tomorrow, put out another video, because I have other things to show you besides what I'm going to show you in this video. So, but I do have some yarny things to show you. I have been crocheting this week off and on. It's like I've been doing a little bit, and then a day would go by and not really do a whole lot that way. And then I just started crocheting a bunch. So I'm gonna actually back up to last Sunday. Last Sunday, my husband and I went out, and we went out to eat at Red Robin in Florence, Kentucky, and I had placed an order with Joanne. So I went to pick that up. Now, naturally, I had placed an order with them the previous Thursday night. So not long after I placed the order, no, hang on, it must have been, no, it was Thursday night. Anyway, right after I placed the order, it comes up, and it was that my stuff was ready to pick up, but some items were canceled. So, part of my order was canceled, and that's not surprising at all, is it really? So, I was a little bit upset about that. But that seems to be, the thing with them. So, I did get most of my order, and I didn't order like a whole lot. I wanted some of the new Vortex yarn, which I'm glad I ordered it when I did, considering what I'm going to tell you in a minute. So I ordered some of that. I ordered, then besides that, all I got was another cake of yarn I'm going to show you in a second. But I'm glad I placed the order for the Vortex yarn when I did, because so I went in the store and I walked around and looked before I actually picked up my order, which I kind of did that probably backwards, actually, considering from what I should have. But anyway, I walked around. I hadn't been in that location for like 2 years. And that was the one that was really a bad mess like 2 years ago when I was in it. Looking about like most of what y'all talk about when you go into Joanne, and their boxes all over the place, and there's just lots of yarn that's not put up. So I was walking around looking in there for a few minutes, and the only Vortex yarn they had left, they only had 2 colorways left, and I ordered 3 different colors. So I got 2 of the colors I ordered. The other one I didn't get. The Beachy Splash, which I think obviously a lot of people ordered or bought, I didn't get any of because there was none of that left. Well, when I went in the store. Now, of course, online it claimed that they had, several left. But then within minutes of them emailing me, there was, none left. So I don't know. But anyhow, there were like half a dozen of the Neon Rainforest, which I got. And there were 4 of another color that was like a blue, like teal, kind of blue green looking colorway that I don't remember that colorway. So it is what it is, you know. I also had to put in for another refund because the last two orders, you know, this is what I keep getting with them. Well, it's been, yeah, pretty much the last two orders because I don't order a lot of stuff with them. But, you know, they cancel items and then I either don't even, like, they don't even refund the money till I say something. And then on the last order, I don't think the refund of what I did get, well, actually, I know that that one was incorrect. So on this one, I thought I'm going to immediately put in for a refund for these canceled items because otherwise, like, I will never get the money back. And even at that, well, I should get the money back. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. Now, I do know Cinnamon Stitches said the other day that they are not taking gift cards now. So if you already had a gift card to them, apparently they're not taking those now, which that's not good. I don't have any gift cards to them and never have had. So I don't have that issue, but I think it, needless to say, you know, I think it sucks. So, but anyway, I'm going to start out with a finished item before I jump into what I've started making with some yarn from Joanne. So I showed, this was like back in October when I was trying to finish this cocoon cardigan for my daughter. It has this colorway. This is Red Heart Super Saver. Don't ask me what the colorway is. I mean, I could look it up and find it actually if you do ask me, but anyway, this was all I had left of this yarn. I had made her a pair of leg warmers last year that turned out super cute. And actually she has worn them a couple of times, I know already. So, but I finally got this stitched up, which was all I had to do. So I had this stitched up. I had this actually stitched up like a week ago. So that's the back of it. And then here is, of course, the front of it. She didn't want and basically this will fit me too, but she didn't want, like, I could have made like a little piece like I did to another one I made like last fall that I made as a short one, and I made like just a couple of rows and then you could stick it through there and just tie it together. She didn't want like that, but I think this is so pretty. So it turned out really nice, and that used up that yarn because that yarn was horrible. Horrible. It looks beautiful, but I will not be getting any more of, I mean, that specific colorway. So she's over there. What I mean is I can get more of that colorway, but I'm going to get the Premier one that is like, oh, I can't even show you now because I've moved that. But up in the top corner, back corner there is some Sweet Roll Vivid, and they have the same colorway. And it's actually called Glowworm. I knew it. I was going to say, I just looked at it. So I can get more of that, but I'm going to get that and not any more of the Red Heart Super Saver is what I'm saying as far as that colorway. Now, I did feel like while I was in some Joanne, I did feel some of the Red Heart Super Saver yarn, which is like some of the colorways I have over there, which you really can't see, but there's some of the variegateds, like polo stripes and whatnot. It does not feel though like that yarn there did. Like that there was very rough and scratchy. It just, so I feel like they're doing something different, which is awesome. But I will tell you, like, for instance, there was a colorway there that there was only one skein of. It's not that one. I know what I'm thinking that it is, but that's not what it was. But anyway, that's a prime example of one. It's one that's been out for some time. I picked it up and felt it, and it felt just like this here. So that's I'm not getting anything like that anymore, if I can help it. In other words, which that's just pretty much how I'm gonna do that. So, but I don't have really a lot of pictures of her with this on, but I do have a picture of her with this on. So hopefully I include this just so you can see, because it looks super cute on her. But what I was going to say, it's actually big enough that I can wear it as well. So it's longer, you know, on her. Now I haven't put it on. I just know that technically I could wear it as well, but I'm sure it's going to be shorter on me. I mean, because I'm bigger than she is, obviously. So, but it looks super cute because like it came down kind of past her waist, so it's kind of longer on her. So it turned out really cute on her. So then I made, oh, and I forgot to look this up too, y'all. I will link it in the description. But I made this little hat. Now, this was a colorway that I had just got out. It's got, actually has purple on the top. This was part of a cake that was left over of a Lion brand mandala, but I cannot remember the colorway, and I just had part of a cake left. And I should still have some more of that as little scrap balls in my office. The only thing is right now I can't actually get to them. Which doesn't matter for this hat. So this hat fits my daughter perfectly. I don't have a good picture of her with it on, but I do have a picture of her with it on. It looks really cute. So if that's why, like, this looks small, that's why. And this is the sequined mandala too, so you can kind of see the sequins in it, but it looks super cute on her. Now this pattern it's fiber flux, and it was actually for a, I'm trying to think, what you call that, slouchy hat. Personally, for myself, I don't know that I love that style. So I was just going to make hats because I thought this looks like an easy pattern to just crank out a hat or two to use up this yarn. And so I just stopped whenever, basically. I didn't even finish, honestly, the actual tutorial because to, you know, like to close it off and all that. I just, when I got to where I wanted, I just basically decreased very quickly and, you know, tied it off and all that. So it looks, this looks super cute on her. So that's another scrap used up, which I say that, so there was a little left of it. So I started another one. This one, I started another one for myself because, so she says to chain at the beginning of that tutorial for that hat. And again, I don't remember what it's called. I will link it in the description box, so if you want to check it out. She had, Fiber Flux, she has a lot of great tutorials and like very simple on that. So if you want to check that out. This does not fit me though. She said to chain 76, and I went around my head. This actually fit around my head at the bottom because you start with the brim first. Well, that actually did fit, but here's what happens. So because of the pattern that this is, and it's tight, use a smaller gauge hook in that. I used a 5. I think I used a 5. A Susan, just a regular Susan Bates. No, I might have used a boy 5. Anyway. No, I think it was a Susan Bates. Anyways, I used a 5 size hook, 5mm. This tightens up, okay, when you start doing these rows. This kind of tightens this up. So it basically, then I could no longer get it on. So that's why it ended up, I thought, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just make it for her. So when I started another one, I went ahead and did 76, like she said. I thought, well, let's try this and see what this, you know, let's see what this does. So it fit, but now there again, as you're doing these rows, it's getting tighter, in other words. And you cannot tell. So I started with purple, but there was very little of it. So you can't tell that I actually have like 6 rows on both of these. It's the same. I have 6 rows of the brim on this one and this one as well. You just can't tell because it went into the green, which basically faded into the body of this. So obviously this is not done. As for hat. So I am going to look for those scrap balls in there because I should have them. But I actually kept stopping. I said to my daughter, I'm like, hey, this could just be an ear warmer. Like, literally. What do you think? And she's like, I don't know. It's up to you. I think it would be fine either way if you want it to be a hat or, ear warmer. So I'm going to look for those scrap balls because I'm pretty certain I still have them. Like, that was this colorway that went with this. I'm pretty certain I still have a little bit. And obviously I would not need that much more to just finish it up as a, as a hat. But this is more snug. Like, it's real snug, which is perfectly fine. I thought when I originally saw a picture of the hat, I thought it was more like solid. So just so you know, if you want to do this, it's literally not solid. And it literally has, yeah, you can see it there, but it has little holes. So it's literally not solid. So like if it's, if it was like 20 degrees, let's say, and I wanted to keep my head warm, this is not probably, I think the hat is more for the stylish look of it, maybe, or if it's warmer, but it's still chilly, So, but it's a super cute hat nonetheless. And there's the back of it, but you can see where the purple I started out and then the green brim right above here still. So, but the same yarn and everything. I just stopped where I'm at. Now, I'm going to show you something else that's on here because, so last Sunday when we went to Red Robin, we went to Joann, then I had my husband go to Michael's, and we went to Dollar Tree on the way home and Family Dollar. I like literally had him make the round, y'all. And that was really fun and some interesting things I have to talk about in the next video. But anyway, I had started making more stitch markers. I wanted to get, if I can get this turned around here to where you can see it. So while he was driving on the way there, instead of me crocheting, I was making stitch markers. See if you can see that little flower, little purple flower. So I made that one. I've got a bunch more flowers to do, but I ran out of the gold lobster claws, and I've actually got an order that I'm waiting to come in of like more lobster claws. So I placed an order because I didn't think that I would get like necessarily to Dollar Tree or whatever to get some more of them before the weekend or whatever, because I've been wanting to work on these. So I'm gonna lay out the ones that I just did, because I had, for some reason, I had more gold lobster claws than silver. So I worked on these till I'm completely now like out of lobster claws. I still have a bunch more charms to make stitch markers. So I'll just show you. I made all these pretty little fun stitch markers. That blue is so pretty, isn't it? And I have like a royal blue one that I couldn't find because I've been using it, and I put it in my little whip bag the other day, and I gotta dig it out because I just pitched it in the whip bag. So I have to dig that out yet. Because I'm trying to keep them all together. That one's more of a kind of a clear one. And then, so I just did these basically until I ran out. And then I keep them, I'm just going to stick them back in here, but I'll show you in just a second. I have all this together in. I bought this little, so I bought this little container, this little $1.25 storage container that I got at Dollar Tree. So I just have the charms in there, the lobster claws, like all the pieces for it. The only thing obviously not in there is my pliers to do it. So yeah, I want to make some more of those. That's just something I've been wanting to do, and then I like using those. Sorry, I needed a second. So the only other yarn I got at Joann besides the Vortex yarn was this Big Twist Rave. And this colorway is called Scene Queen. Not Scream Queen, Scene Queen. So I've been wanting to get this, and finally it's like these were back available again, so I've been wanting to get, because I kept thinking, oh, it'd be so pretty to make a sweater with. Now, it may not be y'all's taste, but I love the colorways of that. So I just wanted to get this color and make a sweater. And I got 2 of these cakes. Now this is 312 yards, 5.3 ounces, 285 meters, 150 grams, and it's 100% acrylic. What I didn't know till I got it is it's very furry, very furry. So see if you can see, maybe kind of. So it's a very fuzzy yarn, which is okay. That's not like it's soft. On that part, it's real soft. But of course, it's got a bit of a fuzz halo to it, you know. That's not even my issue, but I started using it and realized right away, and I meant to bring that piece over here to show you. So I have, just a second. Okay, I wanted to show you this because this is a piece of this. Okay, now you can see, I think, more from that, how like fuzzy or furry it is. This does not. This was me trying to frog it, y'all. See where it came apart. You know, it literally, you know, broke or whatever. Tore apart, that's what I'm trying to say. It literally tore apart. So I'm like, okay, well, we're not going to do a whole lot of like, okay, messing around with this. Then let's just decide on something simple. And then we'll just go from there and make the sweater. Because This is not going to be something that, in other words, this does not frog well. Now, it seems like, and I'll tell you why, it's because of the fuzziness of it. Because it's like it'll be okay to a point, but then it'll just get stuck on itself, and you'll pull and it'll rip like that did. So I'm like, okay, so let's just not do that. Let's just do let's just do something simple with this then. So let me find the right, heck, I don't know if I can even see the right side of it back here. Okay, it's there this way. So this is the first panel. How about that? Again, you may or you may not like that at all. I think that looks really cool though. And you know, my mom was up here yesterday and she saw it and she said, oh, that's really pretty. And I thought that was funny because my mom is like literally not into like these colors at all. Like she loves variegated yarns, but these are like legit not her colors, not anything that I would buy her at all. And she, oh wow, that looks really pretty. But look how that's, isn't that neat how that's like patterning? So one panel is done. So I got, here's what this tells me. This is one panel, and I'm not going to get up again because I already did that. I should have brought that little ball over here, but it's fine. This one panel is pretty much one cake. I have a very tiny little ball that wasn't enough to, I know, wasn't enough to make another row. So I was like, okay, we're going to stop there because we already know that frogging is not going to work with this. And let's just not do that. So it looks perfectly fine. Again, front panel. So I think that this is going to be really cute. And then, so what this told me though is that is one cake essentially, pretty much. So I have one cake left. So you know what I'm getting at, right? I need one more cake because, so this will be, you know, the second panel. So that means I need another cake to do the sleeves. Now, could I do the sleeves in just all black? Of course I could. I told my daughter the other day, she knows as well as I do. I said, I could do that, but I am not even going to do that. Now, of course I would wear it like that. I sure would with black sleeves and sure, that would be fine. The problem I have, y'all, I have too many animals. It's not even gonna, and the black shows all the hair. No. The black shows all the cat hair. So I am not doing that. So apparently I'm going to have to order, you know, one more of these. It'll be all right. I think this ended up being, just so you know, I did not give $5.24. I gave like $4.79 for this. So, I mean, that's not too bad. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to be really honest. I've been wanting to make more sweaters, you know, as in crocheting more sweaters for myself, because to be really honest, when, like, starting in, well, actually it would have been like starting in winter of 2022, I started purchasing myself some sweaters because I'm a sweater wearer. I love sweaters. In the winter, there's nothing like more cozy to me than a nice sweater, you know, a nice warm sweater. And so I actually, you know, I purchased, I don't know, 3-4 sweaters, and they're like from JCPenney. I don't like them. There's at least one or two of those sweaters out of the 4 that I can think of right now, that I'm thinking of anyway. I like the one I really don't like. It's not held up well at all. I don't like how it looks on me. And to be really honest, I like what I make more than like the ones I bought myself, okay, from a store. So if that says anything, so I'm getting to the point where, you know, it's like I'm gonna get back around to this, but I used to be like, I used to dress a lot nicer than I do now. And since my house burnt down, it's been a thing that I was dressing. Since then, I was dressing to have clothes on. I was dressing to be dressed, okay? Then it's gotten slightly better, but I want to like get back to like myself, like part of what reflects me more so. A lot of times, like such as what I have on right now, this is more like my work scenario kind of attire. I do love flannels, not to say that I do not. I'm a country girl through and through, and I love my flannels. But do I love to wear them like, you know, every day of the week? No, of course not. I mean, I like to wear other stuff. You know, I love my sweaters. So I'm excited to get this done. It's just frustrating that I've got to get another cake. The red and white peppermint sweater, I've got to dig that out to sew that together, because I'm going to go ahead and do that and have it at least. Mostly, I'm going to, you know, go as far as I can go, but I already know I'm going to need another skein of yarn for that. It just happens, you know. So, but that sweater, this sweater, like, yeah, that's like, I like those so much better. Even the one I made last year, that sweater is beautiful. I like those so much better than the stuff I actually see in the store, y'all. So, or I should say the stuff that I bought from the store. But so I'm trying to get back, you know, I figure in the next year or what, in a year or two, I'll finally like get back to kind of like where I was. But yeah, it's a different story when like you lose all your clothing and you're just looking for clothes to have, you know, something to put on versus what is more my, you know, your style. So I don't think I have anything else to show you, but yes, so you know, if you purchase this yarn, whilst it is beautiful, it is soft, it, you know, it doesn't frog well, so does not. Now, does that mean again, you know, I wouldn't buy, because I actually wouldn't mind having another color or two as well. I like how it's just really cool to me how this patterned out too. I just think that's really neat how that really, like, look at how the black did. It's really cool. But yeah, it's not going to deter me, but it might deter someone else if they're looking at it. You know, there's so many yarns on the market, like, and to be quite honest, speaking of that, there being so many yarns on the market, like, I hate the fact that I guess Joann is going to be gone, most likely, basically. I don't think that's, you know, great or good, or however, as far as for me, I'm just saying in the scope of yarn, I'm going to lean more towards like buying Premier and stuff. I get my orders from them quickly. Their yarn is like, I've never had an issue with any of their yarn or anything like that. I do not have issues with them canceling half the order. It's unfortunate that I think that there has been a lot of like higher up management issues, I would say, with Joann. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just, from the stuff that I have seen and what others have said that can that are the same kind of thing of canceling the orders, their app not working, so many different things, charging you the wrong amount and having trouble getting refunds, and it's just is a lot of issues with them, basically. So It seems kind of not surprising that they're basically going down the tubes, but for myself, whilst I do like their yarn, most of the yarns they carry I can buy, you know, somewhere else. And, you know, I do like the big twist yarn, but for me, I don't think it's any better than Premier yarn. So, or even some of the Lion brand, like these hats, that's Lion brand Mandala, and I love that yarn. I could use that every day. I've made like how many ponchos originally out of the Lion brand Mandala, and I love that yarn. There's still numerous colorways I like to get it at because I really absolutely love that yarn. I like the Lion brand Pound of Love really well. I really like the that big ice cream scoop yarn of theirs. So you know, I hate that's happening, but for me, I feel like, you know, I will just be basically getting my yarn somewhere else. So it's, to me, not a huge thing. I don't go to Joann all the time, and I don't place orders from them all the time. So, you know, it stinks because I think that there needs to be more competition. And I mean, obviously, I would say that this is also going to give like Hobby Lobby and Michael's more business, I would, you know, venture to say, in the scope of yarn anyway. So, but anyway, in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and say that in the next video, which should be tomorrow, I want to show you the yarns. Yes, because I have something else that I'm doing tomorrow too that's going to have to do with this. Anyway, I want to show you some more yarns that I just got besides just this, because I went to Joann, Michael's, and Dollar Tree. So on that note, I will see you next time. I hope you have a great Friday night, because it's Friday night. Well, it's Friday night for me. That doesn't mean it's Friday night for you, even depending on where you're at. So, but I hope you have a great evening, great morning, weekend, whatever. Until next time, much love to y'all. Bye now, and God bless.